good afternoon and welcome back. We're going to be going straight, like we said, on the cream of the crop, the real conversation for the day. We're going to be talking about the application process for a passport and visa for Nigeria-related matters. What is Edventure doing to make these changes easy for people, no matter their state and location? What does it take to apply for visa? What does it take to apply for passport and stuff like that? Over to you.
Thank you. I must start with some very good news. So just recently, the Ministry of Interior, in conjunction with the Nigerian Immigration Service, they just launched this beautiful software that allows you now to apply for your passport and your visas with ease.
From Nigeria?
From Nigeria.
And you say beautiful?
Beautiful.
That is thumbs up.
Beautiful.
Country, Nigeria.
Beautiful. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Wow. As a matter of fact, I just tested it out. I was among the first ones to get my Nigerian passport remotely without having to go to the embassy. And I must tell you, it was a very good experience. And I'm happy to share this with my customers.
Go for it.
Yeah. So basically, the service is called NIS Mobile. It's an app that you can download from the Play Store, the Google Store, and it's not yet on the iPhone platform though. It's not on the Apple Store yet.
Okay.
But it's coming. They're working on that. So the next phase of that is to have it on the App Store, where you'll be able to download that software. But the software is pretty straightforward. You know, it allows you to apply for your passport, enroll for yourself. You enroll yourself with your fingerprint and your picture. Everything is done through your phone. Once you do all of that, you send in all your documents to the consulate. You could be anywhere in the U.S. Don't matter where you are, just so long as you have access to the mail, go to FedEx, just give it to them. They'll send it to the consulate. Once they receive that, so long as everything checks through, as a matter of fact, before you even send it out, they already approve you electronically. Wow. So when you upload your fingerprints, upload your picture from your phone, they review that. Once you approve, that information is already with the embassy for production. They're just waiting for you to send back your old Nigerian passport, the previous one that you're trying to renew.
Okay.
Once they get that, they send it back to you. That's exactly what happened to me. Even though I'm literally next door to them, just to test out the system,
yes.
I went through the entire process of mailing you can imagine me mailing my stuff to the next door.
I know, right?
I mailed my stuff to the next door, and I did not have to interfere in the process, and I got back my passport in the mail.
Wow.
And I am so glad. And so that's good news on that front from Nigeria. The visa too, they're also working on doing an e-visa as well, where you also do not need to go into the embassy. But that's just for a short stay, for like a 90-day maximum stay in Nigeria. You can just go electronically apply. They'll run your information through the system. So long as you're not a criminal and you're coming to Nigeria for good purposes, they'll issue you a visa, send it to your email. You take that with you and you go about your business. So yeah, so things are moving. Things are changing like really fast. We're very excited. We cannot wait to get all lovers of Nigeria, all Nigerian citizens trying to travel to Nigeria, get them their passports and their visas with ease.
Wow, awesome. Can you imagine that? NIS Mobile.
NIS Mobile. There you go.
It's live.
It's live.
And this is not like what they say, all things being equal. You have used it.
I have used it. I have my passport here with me. I have a 10-year passport that I got from the embassy without having to go there.
So why do you think people are still complaining?
Well, a lot of people don't know what's going on. A lot of people also some people are not eligible for this passport.
For eligibility.
Yeah, you have to be eligible to do this. You have to have had a previous Nigerian passport that you actually did a fingerprint and a picture. So we call it the e-passport. You have to have had an e-passport in order for you to use this service.
Oh.
Okay, so if you're just getting a passport for the first time, this will not apply to you.
Oh,
or if you had one of those very old passports from 1960 or 1970, you cannot use this service, right?
Okay.
So you also cannot use this service if you're under 18. If you're under 18 years of age.
Viewers, I hope you're listening now. This is all the details he's
Yes,
releasing.
yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
More. Tell us more.
Absolutely, you cannot. And if you're also changing any information in your passport, whether you're changing your last name, you're changing your first name, whatever changes you're making will not make you eligible for this service. So you have to just be renewing that passport as is in order for you to to use the service.
So like ladies got married, changing
yeah, if
their
you're
name.
that's not you're not eligible for that service.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Or like in the US here, sorry to say that, gender, whatever, mutilation.
That would not
you're
work.
a man, now want to be a woman.
It would not work. In that case, you would have to, if you're changing anything on your passport, you would have to still come to the embassy. Yeah.
Now, tell us about people that have stolen, lost passports. Maybe their house got burnt. Are they also...
Those are also not eligible. If you lost your passport, you're not able to renew it without showing up at the embassy. Those are one of the areas too where you're not able to do this, self-enrollment by yourself. But trust me, a lot of people fall into this category. A lot of people just want to renew their passport.
Yes.
And they've been through this process. Every 5 years, they have to fly down here, take time off of work, pull their kids from school.
That's my next question.
Yes.
The e-process, the NIS mobile, can you apply for the entire family as well?
You can. You can do as many applications as you want on the app, and you can just do all of your family members can use the same app, and you can enroll each one at a time though. Enroll them, get everything, send it to the consulate, and then your passport will be mailed back to you.
So is it faster?
So much faster. So much faster, and it's also easier because think about it. A lot of people are in the West Coast, in the Midwest.
Yes.
They're cut off from the Nigerian missions because there's nothing in any of those areas. All of the Nigerian missions are in the East Coast.
Oh, wow.
New York, DC, Atlanta. That's it. All on that same straight line. So if you're in the Midwest or if you're all the way, in California, Arizona, you're out of luck.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, viewers, you have heard it. A lot of information for you, a lot of prerequisites. Those that are applying for the first time and all that, you can replay this clip to hear all Edventure has said concerning that. Now, I hear people talk about BVN, NIN, and all that stuff. Does that apply? Why do we need all that?
Okay, so yeah, that's something that has become a requirement to do any kind of transaction in Nigeria now. So the NIN is just look at it like your social security number.
Okay.
You need that number in order to be able to even get a cell phone, even get a passport. Like you could not do any business with immigration without having that NIN number.
Oh, wow.
All right, so it's pretty critical to the system. So right now, the NIN is required for any type of passport application that you're doing. So that has to come first before you even talk about applying for the passport. The BVN is something else though. The BVN is the bank verification number. That is strictly for the banks. If you have a bank account in Nigeria, you would have to have that to operate a bank account.
Okay, awesome. Now, I've had a lot of people talk about prerequisites, like on this same BVN, NIN issue. So, viewers, if you have had any issue with the NIN or BVN, does Edventure help facilitate in making those application process easier for people?
Absolutely. We're actually an NIN enrollment center. You can walk in Monday to Friday, 9 to 4, and just have your NIN enrolled at our office, and we would go through the process, get you your NIN and email it to you. So that's something that we do. So that's why I'm saying we're a full service company. We actually help you with every part of the process.
Excellent. So NIN, you can't get that virtually. You got to
No,
be present.
NIN we have to get your fingerprints and your biometrics taken.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can't do that on the NIS mobile. The NIS mobile is just for the passport.
For the passport.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. See that? Okay, great. So now, after being in business for 15 years, there are some areas, there are some issues, there are some calls you may have taken from people that are, I would call, frustrated. Either they have applied, gone through all the payment process, they can't get their passport, They can't even have, sorry to say it, sometimes they say the consulate doesn't answer. I don't know if that is true or not. But in that area, where can or where does Edventure come in to mitigate such frustration? One or two instances that you may have helped in the past that you can tell us and share.
Oh yeah, so like I said, we're kind of like a bridge, to the embassies. What we do is we try as much as possible to guide you and provide you information. It's very hard to reach the embassies. It's people, a lot of people have experienced a long wait times to actually get through to the embassy. So when we encounter such customers, what we do is we, end up just advising them on how to go about this. If they need to, if it's something that we can do for them without them actually having to go to the embassy, we go ahead and take care of the process. If also, sometimes too, it might be faster to reach the embassies by email. Most people don't realize that, but we also advise them on the best way to contact the embassies. And if it's something with that's right here in Atlanta, we're right next door to them, so we can always walk in over there and present their case to them, and most of the time they're actually able to solve it without them having to come back.
Excellent, excellent. Now, viewers, you're getting a lot of information from this episode. Once again, we want to say a big thank you to Edventures. Edwin Merole here, the CEO of Edventures here in Atlanta, doing marvelous work, helping our people, facilitating passport and visa application process. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after the commercial break. We'll take you through what we will call the ETC, Emergency Travel Certificate. Who needs it and what is it for? Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Thank you. All right, welcome back, viewers. This is once again Omega Studio in the building. Here, talking about Nigerian visa and passport with Edventures, the one and the only, next door to the consulate, providing all manner of services, full services, according to the CEO, Edwin himself. So welcome again. We're going to be talking about ETC, Emergency Travel Certificate. Edventure, what is ETC? Who needs it? What is it for? And how many times can somebody use one certificate?
Okay, that's a very good question. So ETC, like you just said, is called Emergency Travel Certificate. Now, you have to remember it's emergency, right? So
Yes.
that you need this document when you have to go to Nigeria and you don't have the luxury of waiting, weeks to get your passport back, or for some reason maybe you lost your passport and you need to get back to Nigeria. You want a document that can send you back to Nigeria without having to go through the process of getting your passport. So yes, that's really what that is for. But it's just a one-time use, though. It's actually it's only good for 30 days from when it was issued, and you can only use it one time. Once you get to the airport, it's taken away from you, and then they let you in. So it's not like your passport that you can keep using back and forth. And then also too, it's also meant for people who are flying directly to Nigeria. A lot of times, we've had issues with people who are trying to connect through other countries. That's not what the ETC is designed for. It's designed for direct flights to Nigeria. Sometimes you may be able to get away with going through another country if you have a U.S. passport. If you have a U.S. passport, most countries don't need you to have a visa to go through their country. So in that case, you can actually go with the ETC through a connecting flight. But if you just have your Nigerian passport and you're trying to get to Nigeria, I would advise you to get, one of those Delta flights or something that goes straight to Nigeria, and then you can just get the ETC and use that to travel.
Excellent. Wow. Viewers, you have it. ETC, Emergency Travel Certificate. You can't say any more than what Eddie just narrated on how and who and when and how many times who needs ETC. So viewers, don't go nowhere. When we come back, we want to take you through the other process of having to do with what? Expired passport. Can I fly to Nigeria with expired passport? Can an airline board me, allow me to board in the plane with an expired passport, being that I'm a Nigerian, but my Nigerian passport expired, but I'm a U.S. citizen? Can I board the plane when I get to Nigeria, I change my whatever? That's a popular question. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back to deal with that. All right? Thank you. All right, welcome viewers. Once again, thank you so much. Omega Studio Ambassador Casey here live at the studio with Edventures, talking about Naija passport and visa and all the goodies, everything coming from Nigeria. Look at his heart once again. You know, he's a Naija man promoting Naija. He already promised he's going to give me my own heart because I'm Naija. I'm proud of Naija too. But don't go nowhere. Edventure is here live to help you facilitate your application process. Edventure has said it. He's not a consulate. Consulate is next door. He's a Nigerian by virtue of where he was born. Lucky enough, he's a Nigerian. I'm happy that he is a Nigerian because he could have been an Indian. He could have been a Caucasian. He could have been Somalian. He could have been from any other country doing what he's doing. But this is our own, helping our own. Naija for life.
Yes, sir.
So, Edventure, tell us, what's the frustration about being unable or able to board airline, Delta, Emirates, whatever? I like what you said about the ETC. You have to be straight. You can't be connecting, but you can connect if you're a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that. All right, so tell us, my passport, I just got to the airport, and God forbid, you know how it is, it's either bereavement or wedding or something. There is no time like 2 weeks ahead. No. I'm here, event is tomorrow. I already, you know, we walk. I walk until I'm looking at it. Wedding is tomorrow. So if I land in Lagos, I'm good. All of a sudden, I didn't even check my passport. This is how they say it. Uber brought me to the airport. I'm here to check in, and they looked at the date. Expired just yesterday.
Yes.
And I'm here shouting and begging, even ready to give money. Nobody wants to take money. Can I board the plane? Since I'm a Nigerian.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of backstory to this whole issue of traveling with an expired Nigerian passport.
Okay.
So there was in the past, there was a time when the Nigerian immigration was not able to produce passports enough to cover the demand for them. So they came up with this circular where they told the airlines to allow Nigerians to board the plane with an expired passport.
Okay.
Right? Now, what I'm talking about happened about a couple years ago, right? Since then, though, things have actually improved. There's no longer a long wait to get those passports, and the immigration service itself is no longer backlogged with producing the actual passport. So some of those rules have now been taken away. So the issue of just showing up at the airport with an expired passport and expecting to board the plane, it's becoming very, very unreliable. So you might actually get turned back. Some of the airlines would even take you anymore. So in that case, the best bet for you is to get your emergency travel certificate from your embassy and use that to travel if you're strictly Nigerian and your passport has expired. The fastest way to get back to Nigeria is to get that emergency travel certificate. If you're a dual citizen, if you're a U.S. citizen and Nigerian citizen and you have a U.S. passport, you can get a visa. You can get a visa on your U.S. passport and use that to get into Nigeria as well. So those are the two other alternatives to doing that when your passport is expired. But to actually brazenly just go to the airport with an expired passport and expect to get on the plane, you're taking a big risk. You might actually miss your flight.
Definitely, I miss that wedding.
And miss the wedding, exactly.
Or miss the funeral, whatever it
go.
is,
There you go.
So it's better to check.
Yes.
Now, is there like a website where somebody maybe on the road can go somewhere and log in and check expiring date of passport, since everything is going electronic?
No, the funny thing is, like, everybody's passport has an expiration date. It's written in there. You just have to look at it.
Just look at
it. Yeah,
it.
if you check, if the thing is, like, some people don't check. Some people, I tell you what the problem is. A lot of people confuse their U.S. passport with their Nigerian passport.
Okay.
Right? Because, remember back in the days, Nigerian passport, you couldn't get a 10-year passport.
Okay.
The maximum was 5.
Okay.
Right? But the US was 10.
Yes.
So you thinking you have time, but you don't know you only have time on your US passport. Your Nigerian passport had expired like years back, but your US passport is still valid.
Yes.
So that was the confusion. So some people don't realize that their passport is expired until they are ready to travel.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right? Because 5 years goes by very fast.
Too fast.
Yeah. So that's what it is. But honestly, I would just advise people to just check their documents ahead of time before the trip, especially when you're buying your ticket. When you're buying your ticket, that's a good time to actually check
Exactly.
to see when your passport is expiring.
Wow. Once again, Edventure here live at the studio talking about the Nigerian passport and visa and all the related answers and questions confirming to that. There may be part 2 episode of this clip, but guess what? We are doing it and we're about to come to a conclusion, to a close. So Edventure, tell us a little bit more about Edventure, where you'll be located. The information will be on the screen, but it's good to hear from him directly from the horse's mouth, like we say, horse's mouth. So tell us a little bit more about Edventures.
Yes, again, this is Edventure. We're actually a service-oriented company. We're based in Atlanta, Georgia. We're literally next door to the Nigerian consulate, the Consulate General of Nigeria in Atlanta. We actually share the same entrance. We've been here since 2010, like I said. We are here to provide service to you. We're here to make the process easier. We're here to actually guide you. We're here to streamline the process so that you don't have to go through hoops just to get your passport, your visa, your travel document. We have people on the phone literally every day ready to answer your questions. We have a website, applynigeria.com. You can just go there and you can get all the information that you need from us. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Even if you already started the process and you're confused or you're not able to make payments for your passport, you're not able to get an appointment at the embassy, just talk to us. We'll help you do all of that.
Excellent. Viewers, you've heard it. Edventures helping, assisting Nigerians in passport application and visa process. Now, you made mention of a West Coast, that they don't have anything there. Do you have satellite office? Are they just lost? Do you ever go to, reach out to them in any form, in any way that you can share with us here so that viewers from that part of the town can wait for you or get ready to that Edventure is coming to their town?
That's a very good question. That's the beauty of the new services that has been deployed by the Nigerian Immigration Service. So with this mobile software that we're talking about, we actually have a new system where we go from city to city, major cities in the U.S. to actually go help people enroll.
Okay.
So we go there, we assemble folks, we enroll all the applications, we take all the applications and bring it back to Atlanta. Once it's processed, we coordinate the shipping back to the applicants. So yes, if you're in the West Coast, if you're in the East Coast, wherever you are and you need help, you can just sign up on our website. Okay, once you sign up on our website, and we'll come to your city, we'll take care of the enrollment ourselves. Because some people are actually challenged with using some of these devices. They might not be able to, to get through. So that's where we come in. We come in, it takes us a few minutes. We enroll you, take your fingerprints, take all your pictures, and then we'll take all of that back with us to the consulate. And then once it's done, it will be shipped back to the applicants.
Excellent. So viewers, you heard that. Applynigeria.com.
Yes.
Apply Nigeria, spelled out, Nigeria.com. Don't miss that. It will also be on the screen so that wherever you are, they will be able to reach out to you 101. But you have to register. He said it here. Register. Because so that if we have to make, it costs a lot, by the way, to fly the staff and fly the equipment and all that. So we don't want to just take one person from where?
From Houston.
From Houston and start running just for one person. But once we look at the application, okay, we have 20 of us or 10 of us or 50 or 100, then we can say, okay, meet us at so-so date, so-so venue.
Yes.
Once again, Edventure, thank you so much.
Oh,
it's been my pleasure talking with you.
Anytime.
Anytime we call on you, he always answers. That's how much and how far he loves and respects our dear country, Nigeria. And it's a passion for him to make things easier for people.
Yes.
Make things easier so that just like he has Naija on his head as wearing it as a hat, how many people out there will be proud to do that? If you are one of the Naija, proud Nigeria, guess what? When you apply for registration, show your hat. Can I say 5%, 2%, 3% discount?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure talking with you this afternoon.
Yes.
Live from Atlanta, Omega Studio in the building.
Thank you, viewers.
Thank you. Bye-bye.